Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Welcome kindreds, it's Jessica the Story Witch, and this video is going to be a response to Diane Jarecki's awesome, sort of kind of cheeky but weirdly deep tarot tag, Happy Easter Fools. It was originally Happy Easter Fools 'S, but she's dropped the apostrophe from the tag now, and I'll put all the information in her video and everything down below so that you can check out the tag and everything. Obviously this is a little bit late, I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to upload this. It is Thursday of the week after Easter as I'm filming this now. This is the first chance I've got to do the tag, but it was such a cool, like I said, it was kind of fun, but also the questions were surprisingly deep, and I definitely wanted to do the reading, so I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, then I may as well film it, and I'll try and get it up as soon as possible after I film it today. So yeah, and lots of people have done responses to this already, which has been really cool to watch as well. The deck that I'm going to use is Ostara, which naturally, what other deck would you use? This deck, I bought it at the tail end of last year. I know I've talked about this before in another video, I don't know exactly which one. And I saved it for using at this time of year. So I used it as my deck for March, and I'm going to use it again for April. I don't usually do that with decks. I usually have a deck that I work with for daily draw for a month, and then I go on to the next deck. But this, I think, is going to be one of those decks, you know, one of those special decks that there's something about it. For me, I think it is to do with the energy of this deck. Feels quite feminine to me, quite sacred feminine, and there's a lot of the cards have motherhood imagery and family type imagery in them, which is very appealing to me. And it is just really a really beautiful deck. I think also I like that there's like slight variation in the artwork because it was like a collaboration between 4 different creators. So I'm going to use this deck for this spread by Diane. What I tend to do when I get a new deck like this is I tend to use it myself for daily draw first of all, and then I will gradually work with it more and more until I come to a place where I feel like I can use it for client readings and for reading for others as well. The thing with doing daily draw is like some cards often will come out more than once, the messages that you aren't maybe heeding as well as you should, and then some cards you might not even see at all. So there are definitely cards in this deck, and sometimes it's not completely clear immediately what suit it is as well. So hopefully I will recognise all the cards as they come out, but like I say, it's only been a month that I've been using this deck now. So oh, those are the backs. I don't think I showed you those. So the questions, there's 4 questions, it's a 4-card spread that Diane has created, and the first one is, in what way am I fooling myself? The second, what surprises does April hold for me? And if you haven't seen Jennifer Ball's response to this yet, you need to go over and watch it because it's hilarious. The card that she pulls out for that response, and her response to it is just brilliant. Question 3 is, what is blooming for me now? And 4, what can I do to transform my life? So I think Diane's been a little bit sneaky here, and she's actually packed in such a lot into this question, and yeah, these questions. Can you hear that outside? You just could not make this up. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring day here in Wales today. It's gorgeous. And I was thinking, oh brilliant, because I'm going to film some videos, the light's going to be really good, I'm going to try and, you know, catch up on filming a few things. And then the moment I kind of get set up in the attic, get everything ready to film, there's been, like, somebody starts mowing their lawn, there's somebody coming around trying to collect scrap irons, like, any old iron! And yeah, it's like Easter Fools is on me, even though obviously we're a few days late. I'm dropping cards now as well. So, have I got them all? Yes, I think I have. Okay, so let's do the spread. Oh, question 4. Did I say question 4? I got distracted then. Question 4 is, what can I do to transform my life? Not just April, my life. This is definitely not the cute little foolish spread. I think it's foolish in that sense of the Fool in tarot, you know. There's an awful lot more to it than being a fool. Or there's a lot more to being a fool, I guess. So here we go. I'm going to just give them a little bit more of a shuffle, and then I'm going to draw the 4 cards. So okay. So for the first question, in what way am I fooling myself? And I've got the 9 of coins. Gorgeous card. This used to be my stalker card a few years ago now, and it does still come out for me quite often in readings. And in this position, in what way am I fooling myself? It's quite likely that I'm fooling myself that I have more abundance, maybe, in that I'm kind of thinking that I can take some time off and I can relax and I can just kind of let things sit, when maybe I need to be a little bit more active and involved and not kind of taking things for granted. I think this is what this card is saying. So I'm kind of fooling myself that I've just got everything under control. A tiger or a leopard, is kind of keeping things keeping watch over things for me, and I can relax. Maybe I can't quite take my foot off the gas quite as much as I've been feeling like I can. So I think that's what this card is saying. And like, if you have got insight into the cards, then please do let me know down below. It's always good to have other people's insight into these as well. And then the second question, what surprises does April hold for me? Oh dear. It's the 7 of Wands. And even though it's being carried by an extremely cute raccoon, you can see that he has stolen those wands, and it seems like the surprises that April are going to hold for me, though thankfully, thanks to tarot and this spread, not complete surprises now, is that it's likely there are going to be some deceptions and some things that are going to be kind of not totally out in the open. So I'm going to need to kind of watch my back a little bit, keep aware of where people might be deceiving me. And also this card can sometimes come up when we are being deceitful to others as well. So being very open, I need to focus on that, making sure, you know, to keep my own communication and my own connections with people to be open and honest and not at all shady. This card is kind of like quite a shady a shady kind of card. And then what is blooming for me now? And I have the Emperor, and a very powerful Emperor card. I love this card. It hasn't come out in my daily draws, but as I was flicking through this deck, you know, when you first get the deck and you kind of unwrap it and you're looking at all the imagery and everything, this card was one of the ones that jumped out as me. And what is blooming for me with the Emperor, that kind of, I mean, we're in Aries time now, so it's blooming for us all, you know, this same kind of energy of starting, being powerful, being egotistical, I almost said, but it's kind of, it's in that sense, like, you know, like small children are, you know, Aries being that first sign of the zodiac, it's that energy of seeing things from your own point of view and not being afraid to kind of say, this is how I want to move forward, this is how I see things. And with all that kind of powerful symbolism all over his body, he looks like he is definitely pushing forward with the things that he is interested in. Although with the way that he's kind of looking off to the side, you know, he's not completely traditional Emperor style. So it is also kind of looking off to other possibilities, I guess, as well, like seeing which other domains he may want to conquer. So in that position, you know, what is blooming for me now, I think probably being a leader of sorts, and also being aware of what I'm doing and where I want to be, and what areas of my life I would like to be taking a lead in. You know, it's funny that's kind of like the active, whereas like what is saying I'm fooling myself with is this kind of really passive card. It seems like I'm probably going to want to be feeling more passive in April, but actually what I need to be doing is being more active, making things happen. And then the fourth card, what can I do to transform my life? The Hanged Man. Get another perspective. Look at things differently. I'm stuck in a way of seeing things, in a rut that I am not seeing the possibilities, or I'm not seeing them in the way that there are definitely things that I am not seeing. And so it's going to be a question of perspective. Hopefully not after a tower. But we'll see. So yeah, 2 majors in that spread of 4 cards, a 9 and a 7, and 2 majors. And on the quite major questions as well, the ones that are kind of going on forward through the rest of this year probably. And well, the last question is, what can I do to transform my life? So that Hanged Man may well be relevant to me for quite a while now. So big thanks to Diane for creating this spread. I quite like filming them as well, because then you can look back on them. Obviously I do take notes when I do readings as well, but there's something cool about filming it and seeing what my interpretation was, and then looking back on that video. So I've already done a couple of kind of readings like this on YouTube at the moment, but I can imagine that it's going to be quite cool kind of looking back and seeing how did these things pan out after the event. So yeah, big thanks to Diane, and check out all the cool responses that people are doing to this tag as well. Like I said, I'm pretty late to the party, so this might be like one of the later ones. And yeah, with all the interruptions and all the kind of Easter Fools things that are going on, happy Easter, but also happy April in general, and happy whole of your life to everyone who does this tag. Let me know down below if you're doing it, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you very, very soon.